everyone. Sorry to interrupt the strawberry jam banger that we have going on, but hopefully everyone is doing pretty well. Uh, so, uh, my aspiration today is to set a puzzle that I've had kicking around that I have sort of like 6 to 7 clues of that I have made, that sort of like the first 2 clues I've sort of been thinking about for like months, but I couldn't figure out what to do afterwards. But then I figured out a couple more steps. Currently, I am teaching my sudoku class, so hello to any students who happen to be around. I can say this group of students is quite impressive with how much they have done already in terms of how good the puzzles are. So you'll see many of their puzzles around, I suspect. But as a result, I have essentially no time, and so therefore the stream time is the time that you get. So this is certainly going to be a kitchen sink style puzzle. So the first clues that I had in mind were these, because this creates a good example of an X-wing on 5s. But actually, I can even tell you a little bit more than that these create an X-wing on 5s, because if you actually look at coloring one of these in its sort of natural high-low state, you could actually see that because the two ends are the same thing, are the same color, I can't put both 4 and 6 on this line. So in fact, both of these cells are 4, 5, 6, and also none of these cells can be 5s. So if you notice that I made that, you can probably guess what the next clue type I'm going to put in the grid are, given that I've got 2, 4, 5, 6s in the row. If you guessed entropic lines, you are right. Isaiah says it would be nice if they kept publishing stuff, which is true. However, the problem is that the method of publishing stuff currently is LMD, which is horrible. And therefore, we won't be doing that. So the next clue to take advantage of this is entropic, because I've already used 2 of the middle entropy in the row and column, and therefore this middle of the entropic line has to be the 4, 5, 6. But remember, it's not a 5. Because the 5 in row 1 is already spoken for between one of these 2 cells, and the 5 in row 9 is already spoken to between these 2. So we can smuggle this into a 4, 6 pair, where in column 5, which I think is quite cute, and the perfect reward, I think, for that 4, 6 pair is a black dot. Now, where the black dot goes in the column doesn't matter. Maybe actually I want to try. I'd been putting it there, but maybe that's actually distracting. Maybe I actually want to put it here. Because this black dot now has to be 1, 2. So there's sort of a couple options for where we can put this, but it rewards the 4, 6 pair that I think we get out of everything here, because the only black dot option available is now this. So I'll show you what I had, and I'll tell you what I was thinking, but I'm not necessarily married to the locations of any of these. Yeah, that's what I originally had. I can never remember what on earth the white and black dot are called in Sudoku Maker. I wish they were called white dot and black dot. So this sort of maximizes the amount. Heart. Do I have a Zach? I don't have a Zach. I think Zach is hanging out in the living room today. He must have some off time, but we've got Big Z here. Big Z here can help. We also have a rat, not to be confused with the mouse. Anyway, so this is 1, 2. And the point, ooh, hey, Zach. And this white dot is nice because now this white dot absolutely has to be 7, 8, 9 because the only even digit left in the column is 8. And so if we do this alignment, it interacts with the entropic lines. As DWeb says, it throws a 3-corner mark up here, and it means that we've used the 7, 8, and the 9 in this box. Because one of these has to be a 7 or a 9. And so the next thing, and this is where we've now reached the point where I'm not sure if I like this or not, but I'm going to write this in a way that is grotesquely corner marked, and then I'm going to throw in, so the thing I kind of liked and kind of didn't was a 10 line here. And let me tell you about this. Yeah. So Carl has another point. Sorry, before I even add in this 10 line, maybe I should actually say Carl's point, which is, I think, something that we're going to take advantage of, which is that this 4-6 actually sort of transfers the coloring from this column to this column, because if this was a 4-6, it's that 4-6, which now means that this 4-6 is the other 4-6. And so, in fact, and so this is something cool that I think we're definitely going to take advantage of. The 4-6s here not just give us the pair in the column, they also communicate the coloring between the two columns. Oh, do I know that these are 2 and 8? I know they're certainly not 1 or 9. Do I know they're not 3 or 7? I don't think I know that these aren't 3. But maybe I do. But I think I convinced myself previously that I didn't know that, but maybe I do know that. Like, I certainly know that one of these is 1 or 9. Anyway, let's examine the whisper before I talk about what this does. So let's just, first of all, let's just fill in a 3 here and see. Okay, so Sudoku Maker is telling me you can't see this part of the screen, but Sudoku Maker tells me that I'm allowed to put a 3 here. By this. So I think I am allowed to do this. I just filled in a 3 and then asked it to check if the puzzle had a solution, and it says the puzzle has a solution. So I think it's not quite true. So I think these are from 2, 3, 7, 8. Oops. Is what I think they are presently. Now, one thing we can certainly do is we can sort of put a little like prick out here to do that. And force this. So this was sort of the next thing I thought of, and we can decide if we like this or not. It ends up being perhaps slightly gritty. So this is a 10 line that looks like it's probably going to have 3 pieces, but it can't actually possibly have 3 pieces, is the moral of the story. And the reason it can't possibly have 3 pieces is because of our 7, 8, 9 being consumed in the box. Neither pair of these digits can sum to 10, because the only option would be 4, 6, but that would break this cell. And so that means that each of these 10 sums extends here, at least this far, and therefore one of them has to extend all the way. And so if one contemplates, that means that the one that's a 4-cell sum this digit can be at most 4, except that the 4 is taken and the 1 and the 2 are taken, so we actually get a digit of 3 out of that. And one of these sides is now a 3 with a 1, 2, 4. Hey, Isabella. And the other side, and so here's the part that I don't really like, but that I'll tell you. And so we can decide how much we like or don't like it. The other side has a 5 in it, because this box needs to have a 5 in it, and the 5 is on the 10 line, not on the side with the 1, 2, 4. And so what does the 5 go with? Well, it also goes with 2, 1, 2, 4 number, or sorry, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. And so what that means is actually both of these are low. They're both from 1, 2, 4. So that's the step that I feel feels a little... It feels... I'm curious what people in chat feel like. The 5 being in here, forcing these to be low, feels a little bit icky. I don't quite know. It also has the other middle digit. That's a good point. That is an interesting point. Yeah, that also has the other middle digit. Yeah, maybe. So certainly... I don't have any number of stars of difficulty I'm going for. I'm going to guess it's 4 because I think, the point is, if you want, you can now actually, you can't make this a 4. So I think the answer is it's probably going to be, 4 stars. I'm guessing because the break-in, so I don't think an X-Wing is inherently 4 stars, but the break-in being a combination of the X-Wing and this other thing, I think makes this being 4-6 and not 5, and this being 4-6 and not 5. I think it's going to be just tricky enough. It's probably going to be 4 stars, but with LMD, I'm happy if I can get within plus or minus 1, which I realize I could also get there 60% of the time by guessing randomly. So like it might end up at 3. It depends. I think this is kind of pushing it. So the thing that I was noticing about this, and we can fill in stuff like, so let's actually fill in all this stuff, and I'll show you sort of the next clue I contemplated as a possibility. So we're definitely not putting a 6 on either of these sides, because remember, one side is 1, 2, 4. And one side has a 5 in it. So there's no 6 there. Now, if this is a 4, then we have to ask ourselves what happens to the side with the 5, and it's bad. Because if this is a 4, the side that has 1, 2, 4, and this is also part of why I'm not completely in love with this, this string of deductions. What on earth has happened? Stop it! What have I done? I have somehow entered the hell mode of this. Hitting escape does not seem to do it. I don't know. Maybe someone knows how to fix this. Yeah, I guess Carl's way of saying, so you can break it being 4. Not that it is possible to do anything at the moment, but you can also just say it's the only place for a 6. I assume it has to do with this toggle select button, but the toggle select button isn't letting me untoggle it. Maybe I should just reload this. Maybe then it'll restore to sanity. Okay, I don't know why it's broken. Anyway, this is the only place for a 6, because I certainly know these aren't 4, 5, 6. So I can certainly even fill in this 6 and that 4. So the thing that I noticed here that would be a really nice way to sort of break some of the ambiguity, but maybe not enough of it, is that if one's willing to carry through all of that, you can use a little prong here coming off of this to disambiguate high and low in the sides. Now, what I don't like about it is it disambiguates high and low on the sides and doesn't actually at all disambiguate which side the 1, 2, 4 is on. And part of my reason I don't love this this string of deductions with this 10 line as much as I love this being a 3-part is that it involves a lot of fussing with this I don't know which side is which business for way longer than I would prefer. So that would sort out the high and low on the sides. Another option that I considered was something like put a V here and an X here. This certainly sorts out the 1, 2, 4s. Basically, if I want to keep the 10 line, I want to immediately distinguish which side is 1, 2, 4 and which side is not 1, 2, 4. Because this is at my absolute peak amount of I want people to think about this thing looks like this on one side and this on the other side kind of thing. But this feels almost a little too hacky to me. I don't know. Do people have other suggestions for clues that would say that there's no 1, 2, 4 floating around, or sorry, this side or this side is not the 1, 2, 4 side? I would be happy to hear them, because that is, I think, the thing that I would most want to do is to, in some cheeky way, distinguish the 1, 2, 4 side from the not 1, 2, 4 side. Now, I will note there's a 5 in these cells. So one thing I've considered, and heaven help me for considering this, if this is the 1, 2, 4 side, these are now 6, 7, 8, 9, which makes me think Dutch Whisper, because a single, a length 2 Dutch Whisper here will actually distinguish this. So like that is one thing that we could do. Not that we can't extend it, of course. That's the nice thing about whispers is you can always make them longer. I would want another line over here, which could perhaps end up being a renbon or something. But that is an option. So this is kind of sneaky, but I think I like it enough to try it. So let's play with this, and let's just decide that eventually we're going to mirror this with a renbon probably, or another line constraint of some sort. This is setting. Yeah, welcome, Ambrose. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, so this is slightly sneaky, but I think it's fair. This side can't be 1, 2, 4 because this line sees then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so there aren't 2 digits that are at least 4 apart, with this being 1, 2, 4. So this side is 1, 2, 4 exactly. This side we know sums to 10. So we know there's a 5 over here. We know that, again, this is a 6 because it's the only place in the universe for 6s. This is a 4 up here. So we can contemplate what this is allowed to be. Yeah, oh boy, yeah. To decide if I actually want to take a taxi to work tomorrow, given I think it's supposed to be like minus 30 wind chill tomorrow morning, and I don't really want to walk to work in that as much as I prefer walking to other forms of commuting. So yeah, so now the question is, can I do anything with this Dutch Whisper? It needs to have a low on it. So that low is a 1, 2, or 4. So there's sort of a virtual 1, 2, 4 triple. We could do it with a German Whisper. But I don't know. We've already got 2 German Whispers in the puzzle. I don't want there to be too many whispers of one ethnicity. But it is true, and I did think about it, this could be a German whisper instead. If it turns out that at the end of the day it could have been a German whisper, but just from symmetry point of view, if this is a German whisper, I want that to be a German whisper. And so a line with a 5 would not have a 2. Explain that to me. I think I know this, but I figured this out by the solver. I could not figure out why it can't be 2, 3, 5. That's the thing I could not quite sort of wrap my head around. And by the way, if you are ever curious about doing sort of stuff with 10 lines, we can now actually, even in Sudoku Maker, we can sort of like look at all the options that exist. Notably, it oh, right, it has a 4 on it, right? Yeah, so you can do stuff like put a 10 killer cage down just to check the logic. Okay, so we know... Do I know there's not a 4 on this line? Because I know there's a 4 down here. Oh, right. I do know there's a 4 down here. Right. Okay, yes. Okay. I like this a lot. Yes. Even without disambiguating the left and the right, I know one of these is low, and whichever of them is low is a 1 or a 2, not a 4. So yeah, so one of these is a 4, and the 4 in this box is here on this line. So that's why this side has to be 1, 4, 5. Okay, I like that a lot. See, this is why I have you all here. Oh, sorry, this is supposed to be 1, 4, 5. There we go. That's better. So now what low digit is on this line, given that it needs to have 1? And the answer is it's got a 2 on it, for sure. Because it doesn't have a 1, 3, or a 4, or a 5, so it needs to have a 2. So this is a 2 with a 6, 7, 8, or 9. But it's definitely got a 2, which means that's not a 2. So these are an actual 1, 4 pair. We've got our 2. These are just both high. These are from 5, 6, 8, 9. Sorry, not 7, 9, technically, if we want to mark that out. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Now, no 6 in column 5. Yes, no 6 in column 5. Also, I had noticed, so the first thing I noticed when I was looking at this was that I knew all of these cells were odd as soon as I did this piece. Hey, Nell, how are you doing? I am shirking my Zodiac-related responsibilities and setting something completely unrelated. Now, funnily enough, if I extend this up 1 more, I think it tells me where the 2 goes. Because these digits I know are all at least 5. These are certainly, in fact, at least 6. Let's see. Yes, great for brainstorming. I'm totally thinking about Zodiac puzzles at the back of my head the whole time. That's absolutely what's happening. So yeah, so I can extend this up 1, and if I extend it up 1, it actually places the 2, which seems like a positive for doing line things. I think that's reasonable. And it finally makes use of this 3-corner mark that I liked but have not used yet. So that would make this be a 2. Hopefully this still has solutions and everything. Uh-oh. There we go. It has solutions. The solution is not unique. Would you believe it? Uh, okay. Uh, there's a 2 over here. I know that. Right, and there's 2 1s in these cells, so there's definitely a 1 here. So yeah, there is in fact. Oh yeah, even if I ignore that, even just by asking where the 3 goes, right, there is this sort of mirroring 3 pencil mark down here. Okay, so I presume I'm going to continue extending this Dutch whisper at some point. It would probably be nice if I could use this Dutch whisper to resolve the high-low shenanigans or something like that. Notably, this could still be a 5 if I wanted. Maybe try and go all the way up there or something, but that's probably silly. I do know that there's a 6 in one of these cells. This probably wants to bend one way or the other. Like maybe in this row, we're prime for bending. Although, annoyingly, that allows for 9, 5, I want to say. In any event, I'm now willing to consider the thing that before I thought felt a little bit too icky, which is that I can draw in that. So that it can resolve which is high and which is low between purple and yellow, which is probably worth doing at this point. It also makes it so that no one gets too far into the puzzle without without noticing that this is all sort of forced. So the point is, this has all 4 lows in it, and so therefore purple is high. So purple is in fact orange, if you're into that kind of thing. And yellow is in fact blue, if you're into that kind of thing. We'll do the lighter blue, not the sort of more aggressive blue. Okay, so this digit is a 2 because it's low and it's not a 1, 3, or a 4. And so, yeah, so now we know that it's a 4 that lives in one of the corners of this line. So therefore that's a 5 and that's a 4, which makes that a 6 and that a 5. It sort of blew my mind and surprised me that I don't think it actually sorts out which side these various things show up on. But hey, we'll take what we can get. That's orange, that's blue. These are green, of course. I don't know if we really want to color the whole grid, but I guess I want to color the whole grid because I'm clearly doing it while I say I don't know if I want to do it or not. So take your lesson out of that you will. Let's see, those are certainly orange. These are also assuredly orange. Okay, maybe having colored the digits behind the Dutch whisper orange was not wise. We're going to not color those orange, we're just because otherwise I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, so we get that bit. Let's see. Okay, so this is a 2, 3. I don't know if I want to, so let's keep going until I don't anymore, is exactly what happened. So, funnily enough, we know, I guess, that there's a 1 in one of these 2 cells. It would sure be nice if it was that one, I guess, because it would start to sort out this box. Let's see. These are each assuredly 7, 8, 9. This is also a 7, 8, 9. let's see. Row 3, column 1 isn't a 7. Oh, yes. It's not a 7 because the 2 is over here. Right. Okay. We might be able to make use of that. Now, of course, just aesthetically, I'd love if we also had a prong coming off of this somewhere. But, of course, it has to do something for me to want to add a prong coming off of that somewhere. Let's see. We've got some 7, 8, 9 action. I will blue these, I suppose. And one of these is a 3. I think we're not going to sort that out until the very end of the universe, knowing how this is likely to go. If this Dutch Whisper extends here, it does force that to be a 5 with a 9, if I was into that kind of thing. I don't know how useful it is to put a 5 here, but it is a thing I could do, and then I could certainly make a Renbon sort of on the other side work. I'm looking for... let's see. This actually can be anything. I mean, it's not a 4. But I think this being a 1 or a 3 is fine. As far as I can presently tell. Let's see. So, yeah, I'd love to sort out these. I'd love to sort out which side has the 3, but I don't think I'm going to do that super easily. It's funny. I know the other of these is a 7, 9. I'm interested in adding any constraint type that adds interesting logic to the puzzle. So, like, the advantage, as I see it, to this sort of like kitchen sink puzzle is that at every point you can add the clue that does exactly the most interesting thing given what you know in the grid at that particular moment. And so if there are other clue types that people would like to contemplate, I am going to want almost assuredly a Renbon, but if it's a region sum line, I'm okay with that as well, that mirrors this. So at some point, we're going to have to contend with that. But I think we want to, whatever line goes there is probably not extendable. So I'm okay with deciding this one first and then letting us sort of use that at the end for uniqueness stuff or whatever. I am trying to maintain this sort of lateral symmetry that we have, which is, of course, not quite symmetry because we've got sort of our up and down pieces. So it's not like the thing on the mirror side has to be the same constraint. It just has to be a constraint. Parity line is also possible. If we want to make it a parity line for some reason, I think that's also totally reasonable. I don't think it does anything at the moment, but it's definitely on the list of things I'm willing to contemplate. I'm perfectly happy with a Nabner line if it does something. So I guess now, like, a Nabner here now has to be 5, 7, 9. There's no other option. I don't hate that, actually. Does anyone know the color code for Nabner? It's not in Sudoku Pad, but I can add it. That even resolves the 3s. It does even resolve the 3s. I am very sold by that argument. Okay, so we're going to... All I really remember about the Nabner color is it's like the most atrocious possible looking yellow. That looks kind of pleasant, so it's not the real Nabner color, but I don't, strictly speaking, hate having a slightly... Oops. That's not what I wanted, and you know it. I just have to unclick corners as an option so that it doesn't try to draw it through the corners. So yeah, so now We know that this is a 579. So those are not 6/8. Those are, oh no, this breaks. This just immediately breaks because it creates a 579 triple in the box, or sorry, a 579 quadruple in the box. Which is not quite ideal as these things go. Well, that's sad because I liked it a lot because of all the things it did, except for the breaking the puzzle part. I like it less for the breaking the puzzle part. Let's see. Is there some possible way that I could save this? I mean, if I'm willing to unwind adding the piece over here, then that doesn't work. Let's see. Zipper row 3, column 6, row 2, column 6, row 2, column 5. It's probably not going to end up being symmetrical. We can let that go if we have to. Usually I'd prefer to keep this symmetrical or move it down one. So this is that plus that. Sadly, I can't quite do those two have the same sum as these two. Region sum line is very possible. Let's see. Is a region sum line here even possible? Oh no, I can't go all the way up. Never mind. Throw in random disjoint sets and see what happens. That's never a bad idea. Would parity line work here if I did a parity line through these 3 cells? Anti-Knight would solve the 1-2. Oh, wonderful. Parity line would make this cell a 6 or an 8. I do actually like that a bit. Yeah, so let's add another cosmetic line. What could go wrong? So if I throw in, and funnily enough, the cosmetic line by default is parity line colored. So yeah, if I throw this in, these can't both be 6/8. So this has to be the 6/8, which then actually is useful because it now lets me contemplate extending this Dutch Whisper here, and now this digit can't be a 5 anymore. So it's a real, genuine, honest low digit. Could still be a 4 as a genuine, honest low digit, but it's sort of getting us closer to actually sort of connecting all of these assorted nonsenses that are happening. Let's see. If these are even, they're a 6/8 pair. If they're odd, then they're both from 579, and I don't quite know what's going on. But I do like that now that leaves this end open to extend over here. But yeah, good spot to Andrew about this 6/8. Let's see. I'd really love if we could place the 4 and or the 6 that lives in one of these columns. I think that would help a lot. Is there any way that we can try to extend this or this and somehow make that happen? So you're suggesting, just to be clear, you're suggesting that. Oh, you said row 5, but you meant column 5. I see. I mean, it would work. Sudoku Maker will let you have both lines enter this cell. Let's see. For now, let's just see how it will, obviously, to be very clear, it's broken. I can't make this 9. Sorry, I can't make... yeah, that doesn't work. Hey, Juggler, how are you doing? Yeah. 6-8 does not Dutch whisper 5-7-9. That is true. That is true and hurtful. Yeah, we could extend. Funnily enough, we can't extend in both sides, but we could extend one direction or the other. Let's see. What if the red goes left to column 5, and the Dutch whisper goes right to row 3? Like that? I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. I just want the clues to sort of have this sort of pairing idea. Oh, goes right. Sorry, you said goes right. There we go, like that. Left and right are hard sometimes. Okay, so this red is parity. So it alternates between odd and even. So in this version, this would be a 6-8. This wouldn't be a 6-8. This wouldn't be a 6-8. Yep, so that's odd. So that would give us that arrangement. Moving the parity spur. I see. You're thinking... Sorry, I misunderstood the suggestion. But yes, what you have in mind is much prettier than what I had in mind. So this is 6-8. This isn't 6-8, it's 7-9. And this isn't 7-9 or 5. This is 6-8. Ooh, yeah, very good. Okay, so now... Okay, so this isn't 6-8 is the minor thing, but now the point is that 6-8 pair actually makes this digit a 7, which then makes that digit a 1, and we're maybe closer to unraveling what is happening. This is actually the 5 for the box. I agree. The rest of the box is spoken for. Okay, so we've got that 6-8. We've got this 5-7-9. I liked this 7, which gets me these. So these are a 3-4. Now in this universe. It is true. This is a 3-7-9 to finish off the column. A little bit unfortunate that I think this doesn't quite do anything, although maybe we could extend this and then maybe it would do something, because now extending this now forces this to be 3 and this to be 8, which might be useful. in terms of, it at least resolves that. So this now has to be 3-8, which makes that a 6, which makes that an 8. Does anyone know Sir by the way? I would love it if the like red conflict highlighting was a feature in Sudoku Maker. Just for my own sanity, but I don't actually know Sir enough to send unsolicited messages. Okay, and so that 3 makes that a 2 over there. So these are a 1, 3. So why couldn't row 5, column 3 be a 4? Oh, right. Sorry, it could be a 4. You're right. Sorry, it could be a 4. It's low, but it could be a 4. You're right. Thank you for the catch. I was assuredly going to miss that. I presume I'm probably going to want to do the same thing up here, but I don't know. Oh, this is still an 8, though. That's still an 8 and a 6. Let's see. This is assuredly 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's an 8. Thank you. So these aren't 8. Yeah, I already knew one of those was an 8, I suppose. 8 resolves column 1. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that solves column 1. Okay. I'm very happy with that. Thank you. 9, 4. If I write a 7, it'll work. We found the 4. So that's a 3 and an 8, which makes that an 8 for that. Hopefully this still has solutions and everything. It does still have solutions and everything. Fantastic. I know that it doesn't know the rule for this, but my pencil marks take care of that. Woohoo for finding the 4. This is no longer able to be a 9. Funnily enough, this is automatically correct no matter what, but what can you do? Let's see. There's a parity line constraint in Sudoku Maker. I didn't actually realize that. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's delete the parity line and add a parity line. Apparently, this is a supported Sudoku Maker thing. And I presume I could extend it here if I want to continue aestheticing. We shall see. Okay, what else has happened to our world here? At some point, we actually have to sort out this 379 business. I don't know exactly through what mechanism that's going to happen. This is a competitor to F puzzles, I guess, is a fair way to put it. Let's see. This is only 8, 9. Why can't this be 7? Box 5. Oh, because I never removed a 7 from that cell. So yeah, so now there's a 7 looking over, which makes that an 8 or a 9 only. And so now, now this can't be a 3, I guess, is the point, because if this is a 3, it would have to go with 8, 9. So now this is 1, 2 only. Yep, agree. This is a 1, 2, 3. Assuredly, one of these is a 6. There is an 8 down here. That's getting kind of interesting. Just by Sudoku, there's an 8 down here. So if we were to place that 8, it would be useful. There's a 4 down here is less interesting. But the 8 is very interesting. Let's see. We're almost getting somewhere with this 1-2 business. I think I know literally nothing about this, even if I say it's odd. I guess I know it's not a 5, is all I know, which is why I have not yet extended this, even though aesthetically I probably want to. But I don't know that it does anything yet, which is why I have not so far. See if I extended like I could certainly like extend this up to here. If I do that, this digit now has to be at least 7, which would give me a 7, 8, 9 triple. It would resolve a lot in the row. Is that interesting? It might be. Let's see. Does this, in fact, actually have solutions? Let's check that first. It has solutions. Let's see if this is interesting. So this is an 8, 9, which gives me a pair, which gives me the 7 and the 5 and the 9. There. This is now even, and it's not 2 or 8, so this can only be 4 or 6, which sounds kind of almost interesting, except maybe not quite. Oh, and it's not a 4 has been called. Oh, right, because there's a 4 placed here. Yes. Okay, so that actually does something. So yeah, there's a 4 here by Sudoku because it's not on this line. So this line segment has redeemed itself. It does something. I like lines that do things. So that actually places the 6 up here, right? I think the 6... Oh, no, sorry. The 6 just is in this row, I think, is what's actually true. So it's certainly not there. Yeah, the 6 goes in one of these two, which makes that not a 6, which places the 6 here. Okay, we're getting somewhere. If I create a like similar extension to this bit over here, it will at least create a triple, but the solver just doesn't have a 10 line in it. It's a 10 line, and that's not supported by the solver. Okay, so yeah, so these are a 3-4 pair, DWeb points out. Just kind of interesting because it creates a 3-4 pair here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are 5, 6, and I actually know the order. So that's the 5 and that's the 6. Installing custom constraints from Sudoku Pad or from Sudoku Maker is just a giant pain, so I don't usually do it. I appreciate that they exist and are an option. 5 is placed in box 1 now. Okay, so this digit is a 1, 3, or a 7, I guess, are still all options. Let's see. Here's how many solutions does this actually think? This says there's 66 solutions, so that should be manageable, hopefully. Four in box 7 is in one of these two cells. 8 in box 1 is attempting to be interesting. It's true. One of these two is an 8. 4, 6 pair in box 7. Oh wow, yeah, this is actually a 4, 6 pair. Sneaky. Let's see. Got an 8 in one of these two places. Seven, column 8 to row 7, column 9. Does a lot of damage. Yeah, I like having a spur on both whispers. Brings it down to 4 solutions. So this is a 7, 8, 9. That certainly gives us a triple. What does that triple do? Can't be 8. Oh, right. Sorry. Can't be 8. There's, right. It's not 8. Do I know that this digit isn't a 6? Aren't there 2 places for 6? We could do some more sudoku. That's a good idea. Let's do some more sudoku. So, yeah, so there's a 7 and a 9. 3 in row 7 is placed. Yes, I like that. That's perfectly fair. 4, 3, 4. 4, unfortunately, doesn't sort out the 8, 9 up there. Now 6 in row 7 is now placed just by, that is a 6 and a 4. So neither of those are 4 anymore. One of these is 4 now. This is a 1, 2, 4, or 5, but it's not a 5 or a 4. So I think this is only a 1, 2, actually. And so that's a 1, 2 pair, which actually makes that a 4 and that a 5, which makes that a 1 and a 4, makes that a 1 and a 2. That 7 has looked up and said that's not a 7 at least, and looked down and said that's not a 7 at least. That's not a 7 either. Yep, setting stream at least until I finished this puzzle and I'm happy with it. Let's see, there's a 6 in one of these two spots. 9 in box 7. So this 3-9 pair has looked over and placed a 9 there. I agree. This is a 6 or a 7 still. puzzle solving and Sudoku maker for fun. These are just 1, 2, 3, right? I think these are literally 1, 2, 3. That one's not a 3. Speaking of things that are 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 7 is what's left in here. So one of these is a 7. So one of these is a 7. Let's see. I do agree it says there's 4 solutions left. And unfortunately, even in the 4 solutions left, it's not actually set up. It's not actually decided which way this line goes, which is crazy. Let's see. Yeah, somehow there's 4 solutions left, and in the 4 solutions left, the disposition of the German whisper, and both entropic lines are unresolved, which is insane. This is also not a 3, I agree. Oh yeah, there's a pair here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, it's not a pair, it's a triple. At least in principle, I think I can extend both of these lines by 1. I don't know that it actually works in practice. Let's see what it does to the number of solutions. It reduces the number of solutions to 3. Amazing. I can extend those to could use a 10 line instead of an X. I don't really love 2-cell 10 lines. Let's see. So what would interestingly resolve the orientation of this whisper is the thing that I'm most inclined to ask. Because the whole thing is where the 1 is, right? Is the thing. Okay, your box 7, 9. So you were suggesting, let me look back at where your white dot, black dot were. Row 8, 9 of column 2. Oh, like there and there? Wait, I can't do that. This doesn't have a, there's no option. I think I misunderstood where AFK was talking about. Like that can't be a black dot. This can't be a white dot. Oh, wait, sorry, no, black, white. Okay, sorry. You're talking about black here, white here is your suggestion. Let's see, what does that do? Unfortunately, it says puzzle is impossible. Let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty nice currently. Yeah, we're currently in the hell of puzzle that has 4 solutions and somehow has not broken the symmetry that is present from the break-in across all 3 of these lines, which is just unfathomable to me, but somehow we have done it. 7, 9, a pair of X's. Okay, so where are these X's going? Oh, are you talking like X here, X here? That unfortunately is broken. It's because secretly this digit. Yeah, so let's see. Let's take a brief look at the actual options. Let's see. So clearly, the correct answer is a 2-cell Nabner here. If I put a 2-cell Nabner here, then just for amusement, let's figure it out. Those are a 5-7 pair, which makes that a 6 and a 1. Let's see, how many options does this have? This now has 2 solutions that we have to sort out. Which we can sort out by. So my proposal is that. I think this will do it. Although we could also put this Nabner over here. I think that'll be okay. Let's see. We technically don't need it, but we do need it. 2, 8. Okay, so the 2, 8 there then gives me the 2 there, the 8 there. So that 8 makes that the 9, that the 3, this the 1, that the 7. Over there. That's a 2. The nice thing about a length 3 Nabner is I'm not concerned that the symmetry included length 3 Nabner is probably going to break anything. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7, 8. Let's see. This is a 7 or a 9. Okay, but this... Wait. Somehow this is already screwed up. What did I screw up? Did I not do this correctly? Oh, it's not a 7 or a 9. There we go. Because that's the 7. That's a 3. There we go. So that's the 9. So this is a 1 or a 2. That's an 8 and a 7. Oh, yeah, we could just put a Renbon there. How about that? Technically, yeah, I guess I don't really have any great kinds of line that I can really throw here, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah, should hopefully just be Sudoku. One can only hope. Let's see. This I know is a 6. these are a 2, 3. Row 3, column 7. Don't think I know what this... Oh, there's a 1, 2 pair in the column. Got it. So it's a 7, making that a 5 and a 7. I have to always now, because Sudoku Maker doesn't have the Sudoku features, I have to always then solve it again in Sudoku Pad and make sure that it actually doesn't feel like I'm doing anything oppressive Sudoku-logically. Let's see. So we'll do that after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not a 7 or a 9. This one's not a 5 or an 8. So that is a 7, 8, 9. So that's a 5. This one's not a 7 either, so it's a 9, making that an 8 and a 7. That's an 8. It's a 2 and a 3. That's a 9. Let's see. This is a 9 now. Let's see. This is a 1 or a 2, and yep, it sure is. Let's see. What's the rest of this box? 1, 2, and 3, actually, funnily enough. So these are a 1, 2 pair. That is a 3. Let's see. This is a 1. That's a 3. That one looks up, gives me that's a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is an 8 and a 1. And I think we have that. Also features that I think trick people in Sudoku Maker. If you have the whole grid filled in and you ask it if it's unique, it will happily tell you that the grid is unique or has a unique solution, assuming that all the digits you filled in are correct, which is not actually saying anything. Okay, let's see. We can look at what the grid looks like blank. This is always a good sort of starting. Oops, Sudoku Pad? Oh, for some reason, my Sudoku Pad is not actually configured. One moment. I think I can set this up. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I don't have any rules yet, but I think I'm pretty happy with this this grid. I'll have to go copy paste all the rules in. And probably we want labels. So let's go ahead and put in labels for each of these lines as well. Only 8 glue types? That's not too bad. Cosmetic symbols. Text. Grid resolution. I need the grid resolution to be like 3. Unknown already has a puzzle by that name. That's true. Snap to center. Okay, so where is the nicest place? So this is a Dutch whisper. That looks horrible. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Okay, so first of all, I think I want the color to be gray instead of black. Secondly, I think I want the size to be smaller. Thirdly, I want the color to be gray instead of black. Damn you, Sudoku Maker. Why doesn't Sven do everything related to Sudoku? The world would be better. Okay, so I think that's inoffensive, but clear if someone's looking for it. But I'll welcome thoughts before I do it. Also, I welcome suggestions for titles. If anyone would like to throw in a title name. Let's see. I think that's fine. Okay, so we can go ahead, take this. So this is parody. This is entropic. This is entropic. This is German whispers. Actually, I've been putting it... I guess it's fine. This is German whispers. This is Nabner. This is Nabner. This is 10. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's actually labels for all the lines. I think that looks pretty nice. Do I have the labels? Should I have the entropic label on this side for this entropic line just for symmetry? Probably. There, does that look better? Maybe. I don't think I need to label the black dot and the white dot. Okay, give me a minute to stretch my legs and we'll come back and we'll do a test solve of this. So I'll be back in just a moment. All right, welcome back. I'm putting in rules now, as you can see. I took the suggestion from chat of moving the titles. Also, I really like the name Mosaic, and I don't think I've used it before, so we're going to use Mosaic. Let's see. So we have to make sure we actually hit all the constraints that appear within the puzzle. I am copy-pasting these from this and then modifying them as appropriate. This is the missing decks. It's their list of these things. Let's see. So not it's entropic. There we go. Here we go. So ENT colon. Here's just along an ENT line. Must contain a low digit, a medium digit, and a high digit. Okay, so we've got those. Let's see. We've got the ratio dot. Is that what this is called? Yes. Should I say all dots are given? Black dot. Funnily enough, I'm putting these clues in the order that they are useful. Consecutive dots. White dot. All dots are given as broken. Maybe not too surprising. Oh, I don't think they have 10 lines in their constraint list. Despite my repeated heckling trying to get them to set a 10 lines puzzle. Which may or may not be just so that I can have 10 lines in their list of things for when I'm copy pasting these. Okay, but I bet that zetamath fellow has set a puzzle with 10 lines before. Let me just go steal the rules from that. Oh yeah, somehow okay, let's see. Where was the last time I set a 10 lines puzzle? It was apparently longer ago than I would have thought. Oh, it was Ladder. Ladder was the last 10 lines puzzle I saw set, I think. Which amusingly has the same shtick. Okay, there we go. 10 lines. All necessary dots are given. Okay, then we've got a Dutch Whisper. The first in the wild appearance of a Dutch Whisper. Now, it is funny to me that the decks have strived to use the language Whisper 3, Whisper 4, and whatever, but they do have Dutch Whispers actually verbatim in their thing. Along Dutch Whispers line must differ by at least 4. Okay, parody lines. Do they have that I can copy? Yes. PAR. Alternate odd and even. And then Knappner's. Can be consecutive regardless of their position on the line. I'm going to just omit the digits may not repeat on Knappner lines, although it's always a tough choice whether to do that or not. Okay, I think that's all the rules that appear in the puzzle. Although I will say that some petty part of me likes it that it really annoys that one fellow whenever I omit one of the rules that's in a puzzle. So sometimes that tempts me into doing it on purpose. Let's see. Okay, so we've got sudoku pad. There we go. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if this works and does not require any excessive Sudoku stuff. So first things first, Yeah, the colors here really work. I wasn't really trying to deliberately pick colors that would go well together, but I'm glad we went with this sort of yellowish for the last one. Uh, Better say digits may repeat on Nabners if allowed by other rules. That I love that. So first things first, I suppose, is we should yellow purple color these. This orange is less offensive on that orange, just for the note. And note that 4, 5, 6 in this column have to go. Well, only 1, 4, 6 can go in these cells, so these have to be from 4, 5, 6. And the same is true over here. And now, because I've got 2, 4, 5, 6s in rows 1 and 9, these cells have to be from 4, 5, 6, and they can't be 5 because in addition to this, we have an X-wing on 5s. Okay, that all feels good so far. That 4, 6 pair makes this a 1, 2, which now this needs an even, and the only even available is 8. I was about to say is 7. Which I'm not quite sure how that was going to work in my brain, but it wasn't going to work very well, I'll tell you that. So now one of these is a 7, 9. By the way, I should mark that one of these is a 3. But one of these is a 7, 8, 9, so these digits are all from 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. But now these can't sum to 10. And so we need to have only 2 sums to 10 in here. And so one of them in particular includes this digit. That one has to be at most 4, and the only at most 4 digit available is a 3. So the other one of these is a 3-cell sum, and that 3-cell sum has to have a 5 by sudoku, so it does not have a 6. So trying to say this in the most efficient way possible that chat found tells me that the 6 in this box is now identically placed here. Which now also tells me, so also one of these is 1, 2, 4, and the other is low. By virtue of the fact that it has a 5 in it that's down here. So that tells us that these are, in fact, just from 1, 2, 4 only. Now, so these can't be 4. Okay, now we have a step I quite like, but that some people might hate, of this can't be 1, 2, 4 because there's secretly a 5 corner marked in here, or not so secretly a 5 corner marked in here. And so these can't be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if this is 1, 2, 4. So this is the side that's 1, 2, 4. Let's see, we'll mark off our 10 line like that. And so we get our 1, 2, 4 over there. So this side has the 5 to go with it. Now, if I look at this row now, I know that this digit is high because one of these is low. That's 3 lows, so this is high. So we can come back and color those, and then bounce that back over here via the fact that these 2 whispers have to have opposite coloring, which is still a step I really like that follows out of this 4, 6. Although it's probably easier that you can place the 4 and 6 before having to think about the fact that this needs to have opposite coloring. Because if this had the same coloring, then they'd either both have a 6 or both have a 5, which would, they'd both have a 6 or both have a 4, which would place 2 5s. So this is the opposite. So yellow is blue, purple is orange. And we've got that. And so now, yeah, one of these is a 4. So that makes both of these 5, which makes that a 6 and a 4. As soon as we've got our coloring set up. We do know that one of these is a 4 because there's a 4 in the row, and this is all the low digits in the row. Again, I'm not sure what the optimal amount of coloring for this puzzle is exactly, but just to communicate what I'm saying, that's not a 4, so one of these two is a 4. But also there's a 4 down here in this box because of the fact that I'm not allowed to put a 4 here. These are, in fact, now... well, what's the 5 going with? The 5 is going with a 4 and a 1. So the point is I'm never putting a 3 down here. So one of these is a 3. Okay, so, and these we know I might as well mark are from 5, 7, 9. So in particular, these are all odd. And these, oops, I did not do that correctly. Let's try again. These are all odd. And these are even. We might as well mark. Okay, so this one is not 2 or 4. This one isn't 2 or 4 either, so they're actually a 6-8 pair. It's worth asking what digits are actually going here. So they definitely don't have a 4. I know there's no 1 here because there's a 1 looking up from this side because I said, oh, yeah, I didn't actually say it, or I didn't actually fill it in. I said it's 1, 4, 5, and then I didn't write 1, 4, 5 in it. That'll make this a lot easier. So these are not 1, 3, 4, or 5. And by virtue of not being 1, 3, 4, or 5, they have to have a 2. Which makes that not a 2, makes these a 1, 4 pair. Okay, so that's not... Oh, I guess that was already not a 1. I don't know why I didn't have it marked as not a 1. So these are 2, 6, 8, I guess, is the point here. Yeah, that's also not 5. Yeah, also not 5. Sorry, yeah, I needed the not 5 there to get the 2 over here. Good point. Yeah, I know there's a 3 up here. So now, if this is a 6 or 8, I run into problems because this digit, all of these digits, in fact, are at least 5. And a 6, 8 doesn't go with a number that's at least 5. So that's the 2. I like the use of these really innocuous, horrible lines in the puzzle. They come into their own quite nicely, I think. Oh, this is a 2, by the way. It's probably worth mentioning. Just by virtue of being low and not yet resolved. Okay, so what have we got left? We certainly know that these are from 3, 7, 9. So what digit is up here as well? Oh, it's 5. 5 in this column is placed here. Is the punchline. And so this is also a 3, 7, 9. Oops. Which I don't think does anything on its own just yet. This is certainly a 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. This 6, 8 pair looks at this, which tells me that this is a 7 or a 9. Which is really key because it can't be the 9, because remember, the 9 is in one of these two cells. So this is now a 7. So now one of these two is a 7. which means this is an 8 or a 9. Unfortunately, this one can be a 9. This is an 8 or a 9 just by virtue of where it sits. 7 only whispers 1 and 2. A very good point. So these are certainly an 8-9 pair. I don't know that it's going to do that much just yet. Let's see. This is certainly now a 3 or a 4, which is really the reason why this extends here. And so, therefore, this is not a 6, it's an 8, which makes that a 6, which makes that an 8, which makes that a 9 and an 8, which makes that an 8 over down there. Okay, 2 works with both 6 and 7. This 3, 4 means that this number is going to have to be at least a 7, so it's the other 8, 9. That gives me an 8, 9 pair in the row, which makes that a 7 and that a 5 and that a 9, which makes that a 7. So these 3, 9 pair down here makes that not a 9. That 8, 9 pair does pluck 8 out of the possibilities for that cell. What is left in this row? Is that a good question to ask? I mean, it's only 4 things. It's 1, 2, 7, 8. Those at least aren't 8. So I know one of these 2 is 8. Didn't immediately help. Oh, column 1 has 3 and 4 left. I don't think I know the order of that yet. I know one of these 2 is a 9, I guess. Let's see. I know there's a 1 and a... No. Oh, I do know the order. That's a good point. 4 doesn't whisper 8. Not that kind of whisper, anyway. There we go. Okay, so now one of... Oh, in fact, exactly that cell is a 4 now, so that's a 6. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's see. This is certainly a 7, 8, or a 9. Let's see. These are 1, 2, 3. Don't have a good read on that yet. Okay, this digit is 6, 8, or 9, right? Do I know it's not 6? I do know it's not 6. Yes, I do know it's not 6, funnily enough. Thank you, Sven. So that's a 9, which makes that a 9. Which makes you think that this Nabner is going to be useful, but haha, tricks on you. That Nabner doesn't do anything. Okay. So yeah, so we know there's a 9 down there. We already knew there was a 9 down there. This is neither 8 nor 9, so this is 6 or 7. So that's not a 3 at the very least. So one of those 3 could be 6, 7, 8, 9. So now the 3 is placed. Very nice. Okay. So now we get a 3. It's more Sudoku-y than most of my puzzles, but not in a bad way. I don't think. 6 in box 4 is placed. Row 4 only has 3 and 4 left, and we know the order of the 3 and the 4. And now this is the only place in the box for 5, because it's the only place in the box that exists. So that's a 5 now. Let's see. Okay, what is left here? I guess we've got a few options. We know one of these is 8. Let's see, 5s. Do we have all the 5s in the grid? We don't quite have all the 5s in the grid. Right, this was never a 1. That is a good point. Right, these are 1, 2, 3, just for the row. Yeah, we can sort of fill in the rest of this. Let's see. 5. Oh, no, sorry. There's no 5. Oh, right. That's just a 5, just by Sudoku 1/5s. Ye old Sudoku. And so, yeah, so now there's a 5 in one of these cells. And so now we can place the 6 in this box here. I like that. So that's a 6. That's a 1. So it's not a 1. That's not a 6. 2, 7, 8. That's not a 1. Okay, what about these? These are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a naked 2, apparently. 4, 6, 1, 4, 1, 2. All go in. These aren't 2, so these are a 1, 7 pair, which makes these a 2, 8 pair. Over down here, this digit is known. 2, 3, it is a 4. And then we curse the gods for the fact that this Nabner was not allowed to do anything. Okay, so these are now 5, 7. Which now tells me that that's not an 8. So that's a 2, and that's an 8, which makes that a 9, 3 and a 1, and a 7. That's a 9. So this is a 7 or an 8. Do I actually not know which one? I think I somehow don't know which one. That's a 3. This is a 1 or a 2. I'm not sure I actually know which one. Let's see. So we've got an 8 looking up over there. Let's see. Where is profitable to mark? Let's see. I can just actually mark the rest of the grid just to show this. Oh, yeah, these are a 7, 8 pair is a good point to note. So those are 1, 2, 3. Column 7 has a 1, 2 pair, which resolves that that is a 7, a 5, and a 7. And as I recall, that is about the end of the steps that happen. So that is a 6, a 9, and an 8, a 7, an 8, and a 7. Let's see, those aren't 7. That's not 8. That's not 9. That's not 7. Let's see, that 1, 2 pair makes that a 6. That's a 1, 2, 3 triple that makes that an 8. 3 doesn't whisper 7, as is known in some circles. 2, 3, and 1. Woohoo! Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I think that all works out. I don't think any later clues significantly impacted stuff. I mean, I wasn't super closely looking, but it didn't look like any clue sort of screamed out to be attended earlier than it was intended to be intended. And again, I'm quite happy with the blank grid. So thank you, everyone, for your help and for humoring me with this. Making this puzzle that I have been a little... I had part of, and then I couldn't quite figure out exactly what to do, and I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. All right, I'm going to take a quick stretch, and I'll be back in a moment, and we'll actually solve some puzzles. So see everyone in just a moment. Be right back. Hello, welcome back, everyone. Next up, we have this puzzle to solve by MantaRay. So we have, I was going to say all creatures that appeared in the puzzle we just made, but actually that's not true. Only one of these creatures appeared in the puzzle we just made. We have the German whispers where the digits have to differ by at least 5. We have the Renbon lines where we need a string of consecutive digits in any order. And we have our region sum arrows that say the sum of these 3 digits is that digit, which is the same as that. I guess this one's not quite an arrow. Okay, so I see that there has to be a 5 on the Renbon, so there's not a 5 on the German whispers, which could matter. We do have these sums of 3 different numbers. Is it possible that these are the same 3-cell sum? Because if these are the same 3-cell sum, those digits go exactly on the corners of the Renbon, which looks okay to me, but only just. I'm assuming that one of the deductions at some point in this puzzle will be, well, they can't be the same, so this can't be a 6 or a 7. Let's see. This and that line. Can I put a 4 or 6? And how many? I mean, I can't put 2 4 6s, but there's no problem with making one of these 4 or 6. I don't think. One has to be on the German whispers, right? Yeah, that's a good problem. Right. I cannot put 1 on here for sure because, nor can I put 9. Because if I put 1 or 9 on this Renbon, then I certainly don't have a low and high digit to fill this out with. Nor can I put 8 on here. So, like, because if I put 8 here, then that's a 9, and that doesn't work either. So, like, the 8 and the 9 are up here as well. These are from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so that means we definitely have included a 4 and a 5, which is not so exciting, I suppose. No, we definitely have included, we definitely have included a 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I did not do the math there correctly. So this isn't a 6. I can tell you that. Okay. So this certainly can't be a 7, because if this was a 7, we would rule 1 off of the line entirely. So that we're not allowed to do. And this can't be an 8 either, because if this were an 8, it would also rule 1 off of this line entirely. So therefore, this is a 9. And so we can bring out Zach for the 9 dance. Woo, 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 woo. Woo! Boop boop ba doop wah! Boop boop ba doop wee! Ba doop boo doop boo doop boo ba doop boo doop boo boo doop boo wah! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Oops. Okay, so we have no 9 there anymore. Worth contemplating. So now, yeah, so now there's a 9 down here and a 9 up here by Sudoku. So now there's a 9 on this Renbon, which is very nice, and on this Renbon, which is very nice. So these are each 6, 7, 8, 9. You can make those orange. I like that a lot. Make this orange as well. That's not the 9, of course, nor is that. Okay, so the last high digit is here. So this is definitely not 126. Because in this row we only get so many high digits. So this can't be 6 or 7. And so this is a sum with no high digits. So it's not 126. And exactly the same statement is true over here. So can make exactly the same statement true over here. Let's see. Yeah, there's 3 on both lines. I wasn't really going to pencil mark that because it seemed like that was just being a mess for no real reason. But it is of note. There's certainly always a 3 on here, and we can use that for whatever we want. We probably could force this Renbon very close to force this Renbon if we really wanted. I mean, I do know that this can't be 3 and this can't be 3. Does it matter? That was the thing I was not sort of sure of. Okay, so this digit's at most 6. Let's see. I don't think someone has proven to me yet that these are different. I would like to know they're different, but I don't think I know they're different yet. Oh, I do know they're not both 2, 3, 4. Because if they're both 2, 3, 4, actually maybe they could both be 2, 3, 4. It might be fine. I do agree they can't both have a 1, so at least one of them is 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see. You're saying it can't. That's weird, but it's true. Yeah, if they're both 2, 3, 4, it doesn't work. But if they're both 1, 3, 5, it rules out 1. That's really that's neat. I like that. Okay, so yeah, so the problem with them both being 2, 3, 4 is it makes both of these digits 5. So yeah, I'm okay with that. It's weird, but I don't dislike it. So yeah, so one of them does have a 5 on it. So one of them's 1, 3, 5. One of them is 2, 3, 4. And the point is, therefore, this sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so therefore it's high. And therefore it's an 8 because we needed to put an 8 somewhere. These are therefore low, and we can sort of percolate that along our line. There will be much shouting about things I haven't filled in yet because I can't fill in everything at the same time. That is the way of the world. So let's see. So that is an 8. So yeah, so now we know what the Renbon is because it's got a 7 on it, because there's no place for a 7, and so it doesn't have a 2 on it, and so these are 1, 2. Okay, these are a 4, 5 pair, apparently, just by virtue of who knows what. So these aren't 4 or 5. It is a very cool intro. I very much approve. I do know one of these 2 digits is a 1, by virtue of not being 2, 3, 4, but I don't think I know much more than that. Let's see. So yeah, so these are, this digit here can only possibly be a 1 or a 2. Because these are from 679. These are also from 679, making that a 1 or a 2. Uh, let's see. Oh, I see. I see. That's very nice. Yeah. So Emma is pointing out one of these two is definitely 3 for the somewhat cute reason that if neither of them is 3, they're a 6-7 pair, and we've got 5 highs in column 1. I like that a lot. And so therefore this is not 3 and is high, and that gives me a 6-7-9 triple, which makes this the 3, in fact. Makes that not the 3. This is, of course, 1, 2, or 4. Okay, so this, by the way, by virtue of the fact that this is 1, 2, this can't be 6 or 7 anymore. It's worth noting, because 6 and 7 are both involve both a 1 and a 2 in every way of making them. There is no 8 on this this whisper, which would be the kind of thing that would be really useful if instead of a whisper it was a renbon. Yeah, Chad points out that this cell sees this entire renbon, which is a 4-cell renbon that comes from 1 to 6. And so therefore it has a 3 and a 4 on it. So this digit's not 3 or 4. So it's from 1, 2, not 3, 4, could be 5, and it's not 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a 1, 2, 5 only. We do have a sort of virtual 1, 2 pair in this box. So these are at least 3, 4. This could both have the same digits. Oh yeah, this just flat out can't be a 6 because it has 2 things next to it. That is very fair. So one of these two is a 6. Right, we do have a virtual 1, 2, 3 triple actually in this column because we need 2 1, 2, 3s over here. I agree with the David there. So these are minimum 4, 6, maybe? Minimum 10-ish. Yeah, we certainly can't put a 1 or a 2 or an 8 or a 9 on this renbon. So this renbon is from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means it definitely has a 4, 5, 6. I agree with that assessment. The virtual 1-2 pair in box 4. Ah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, so David is asking, where do 1 and 2 go in this column? And they definitely don't go here. And so one of them is here, one of them is here. That at least tells me there's not a 6 on this. So if you have a 1 or a 2 on you, the highest you can get to is 5. Very good. Does mean there is a 2, so that means this digit's never a 2, because it sees the whole renbon. One of these digits is a 3, so that's never a 3 if I want to make sort of minor-ish deductions. The fact that there's a 5 and an 8 in here intrigues me. At least one of the 5 and the 8 has to be on the region sum line, because you can't put 5 and 8 on a whispers. All right, this digit definitely shows up on this renbon-ish. This is a 1. Yeah, even if this is a 1, it does, although if it's a 1, the proof is ugly. But it's true. This digit always shows up there. Oh, AFK has the much nicer argument that is less case checky, which is that this digit needs to go in this box, and therefore it goes there, and therefore it's not a 5. Or I guess you could say we could corner mark 5 in these 4 cells, and this digit sees all of them, so it can't be a 5. That would also work. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Those ways are much cleaner than my original way of sort of proving it the reverse way. Do you want to go down the path of what happens if row 7, column 2 is a 1? I can tell you it doesn't work, but I don't think you'll like it. Does it somehow break, hopefully, via the fact that it also makes this a 9? Is that involved? I hope that's involved. That is part of it. It's part of it, but not but not enough of it that I will be happy. I keep trying to look at like what's happening with Sudoku on 8s suggests to me that I'm supposed to be thinking about something to do with like what this total could possibly be. That is true. There's definitely a 3 here. So this is either 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 5. That doesn't really help. Uh, uh, yeah, this is certainly a 1, 2, and a 4, 5 down here. This is 9. It really is the case that one of these is 1, if that's somehow useful. I don't think it's useful. Uh, uh, that's true. That's an excellent point, actually. That's huge. That's got to be the point. So that's beautiful. So what Chad points out is 7 and 9 definitely are needed on this whisper, because if these are high, then they're just 6, 7, 9, and we're done. Otherwise, these are high, in which case they're just 7, 9. And so the point of that, the reason why I think that's nice, is it means this 8 is not on the Renbon. The 8 is definitely on the region sum line, because 8 doesn't go with anything that could possibly go on the Renbon with it. So that's really nice. Now I'm kind of intrigued by, like, can this cell possibly be 7 or 9? Because it would have some implication on these cells, but I'm not sure if that's the right direction. I could ask if this could really be 13. I guess I know there's a 4, 5, 6 in here, at least. Row 6, column 8 is 8. Okay, let's see. This has the 3 and the 4, 5 from this, but the other 1, 2. Yes. So if I do a little bit of XOing, this being an X means that this O, the OE12 is here. So this is actually XE12. So this sum has OE12 in it. But this sum has XE12 in it. So these sums have 2 digits in common, but 1 digit different, because the other digit they have in common is the 4, 5, which is here, because that 4, 5 is there. And so therefore this must sum to 8. I like that. So in fact, that digit's an 8. You have placed the 8 even, which surprises me, but what can you do? So now this just is 1, 3, 4. And by virtue of that being 1, 3, 4, that means O is 2 and X is 1, which I think will indeed get us to Zeta-approved methods. So this is 1, 3, 5, so that is 2. We can certainly lose these. That's certainly not a 6, so those are a 7, 9. That is a 6. That is a 7. These are a 6 and a 9 in some as of yet undisclosed order. That's not a 2. None of these are 1. Let's see. That's not a 1. That's not a 2. This is a knife. Let's see. One of these is a 5. Row 8 needs a 5. Row 8 does need a 5. These are just resolved from the triples that I didn't see. So now that's a 1 and a 4, which means this is a 4 by the previous argument about where it goes in the box. These are a 2, 3, 5. These are actually known now to be 4, 6, 8. These are known to be 5, 7, 8. There's no 4 there. So there's a 4 corner marked here that you can't really see that places the 4 over here, actually. Let's see. So these are minimum 12, which means I need the 8 here, no matter what. because otherwise this would sum to 10. And so now the total is either, well, now the total's just even, and it won't be if I put an 8 down here, is one way to say it. So that's not an 8. So now if I look in this box, one of these two is an 8. So neither of them is a 9 because 8 isn't far enough away. So one of these is a 9 now, which makes that a 6 and that a 9. Oh, we can actually finish the, I didn't even notice that, but yeah, we can actually finish this, which actually places the 4. Okay, so we got our 6 and our 9. Okay. Good. What are these digits? These are a 5 and a 2. Which does tell me there's a 5 in this column. I don't know if that's worth marking. Yes, that 4 has told me that that is a 9 and that's a 7, which places... Oh, sorry, no, I don't know that there's a 7 on this, so I cannot, in fact, place it. Okay, so one of these is a 9, one of these is an 8. So we're either 8 and 9 like that, or we're 8 and 9 like that, and in that universe, that digit's a 7. Good point. This sees some 6s. So this doesn't have a 6 on it. And so this is certainly from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's certainly not a 4. So that does guarantee that this cell isn't a 2, because this renbod definitely has a 2 on it. So that cell's never a 2. Yeah, one of these is a 4. I can even mark. Seems not to be a 1. The 4 in box 3 is now up here. It was in fact even true before this, but that's quite nice. So now that's a 497 with a 1, 2. So these are a 3, 5, 6 in some order. So these had better be 5 and 6. That means that probably the step about the 8 wasn't actually intended that I really liked, but that's fine. The sum is 11. Okay, so now the sum is 11, so this is not 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 7. So this is now 5, 6. It's funny that 5, 6 is 11. Oh, I think AFK even noticed that before, that these two had to go there before. Let's see, what about this? 2, 9 is not possible. 3, 8 is not possible. 4, 7 is not possible. So this is also 5, 6, and I actually know the order of the 5 and the 6 this time. These now are 1, 2, 3, 4 because there's no 5, so that's not a 1 anymore. And in fact, this digit is high. So that makes these digits high. So that's the 9, the 8, and the 7. These are low. In fact, they're actually marked. That's the 1, that's the 2. That's the 2 and the 3 over there. That appears to be a 5 now. That's a 3 and a 6. We have 5 over there. Seems to be a 7 and a 5 over there. Okay, this is now a 2 and a 3, which makes that a 1 and a 4. But a 3, a 1, and a 4. So we have the 1 and the 2 in that order. But Boy, that really happened all at once, didn't it? It didn't feel like we were anywhere close to solving the puzzle, and then we did one deduction, and then we filled in all the digits in the rest of the puzzle. Oops, wrong button. But very nice. I really liked that. That was quite a romp. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Quite a romp through that. Very nice to MantaRay. That might be MantaRay's first puzzle on the stream. I don't remember one in the past, if not, but very nice puzzle. All right, I'm going to take a quick stretch, and I'll be back shortly with another puzzle. So see everyone in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everyone. This puzzle has the most surreal-looking rule set that I've ever seen. So we have unlabeled killer cages. Digits can't repeat within killer cages. And for every cage, there's at least one other cage with the same total. So I have spotted that there are 2 9-cell cages in the grid, so I can color them both yellow. Uh, Now, this is an 8-cell cage. Oh, those are both 8 cells. You're right. Sorry. Well, yes, that was why I was thinking a bit. I somehow counted them both as being 9 cells, but they're both 8 cells. Uh, so yeah, so these are missing. So sorry, there are. This is also 8 cells. I'm gonna just give these cages colors because I assume we're supposed to think about them. The colors don't mean anything other than that I want to be able to refer to them. So all of the colored cages are 8 cells. So they all sum to minimum 36. Yes, the digit that's missing from the green cage is different from the digit that's missing from the yellow cage, because all the digits that are missing from the green cage are in the yellow cage. So these two definitely have different sums. So that does mean, see, our next highest number of cells is 6. Is that correct? Oh, yellow also isn't blue. Right, okay, so yellow is different from both of these. And so yellow must match a 6-cell cage because you can't do 36 and 5. I'm being told blue and green are also different. I'm not sure I see how blue and green are different right away. Oh, because the digit, right. The digit that green is missing is in yellow, so it doesn't show up over here, so it is in blue. Right, yes. Okay, so yeah, so these are, in fact, all different. And so they're all mimicked by 6-cell cages, which are this cage, and this cage, which each must have a total of at least 36, 37, 38, or 39. Right, so yeah, these 3 are different. And so these are these 6-cell cages, their outies are quite small because their outies sum to at most 9. So I could note, for example, if I look at the outies of that one and the outies of that one, these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and so that means the digit missing from green, if you look at it, remember the digit missing from green had to be at least 6. And as DWeb points out, now it just is 6. It's because these digits are the outies of this 6-cell cage, David, and we need to use each 6-cell cage to match one of blue, yellow, and green. And so now the digit missing from green is indeed 6. So one of these cells is a 6. That's not a 6. That's not a 6. So the green cage sums to 39. Agree. Okay, so this digit, just so that we know it, is that. Okay, and so one of these 6 cages is missing all of 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, not 7, 8, 9 is a good point, actually. Because the 7, 8, 9 are certainly in these cells. Okay, and we can mark that it's 39. Oops. I don't know how to do that, I think. Why won't it let me? I don't want to. Ah! Stop it! I see. It's 39. There we go. Okay. It was doing lots of things that weren't the thing I was telling it to do. So there we go. So 39 is the total. I suppose I could also write in 39. That might be better. Okay, so yeah, the blue cage definitely has a 6. Is it possible that these are 1, 2, 3? That feels like that's going to create a cage that's going to create problems. Please go away. I don't think I understand the statement that the Audis in box 1 don't contain a 6. Right. We know there's a 7, 8, 9 in here. So these certainly aren't from 7, 8, 9. But blue is missing 1 of 7, 8, 9, right? I just don't know which one. But blue isn't missing 6, as we've previously noted. Oh, right. Sorry, yeah, this is just wrong. Right. Yellow is missing 1 of 7, 8, 9. Right. What we know about yellow is that it has the 6, because green is the one that's missing the 6, right? I was forgetting which cage was missing the 6. Yellow definitely has a 6. And blue also has a 6, and it's in box 2, as previously noted. So there's a 6 over here somewhere. So maybe worth marking this cage as blue or yellow. Oh, one of blue and yellow is missing 9, by the way, is the other thing to notice. Because I think that was easy and I just never noticed it. These have to be 1, 2, 6, right? There's just no other option because this cage has to match something, which is missing a single digit, and that single digit must be 9 because this is a 3-cell sum to a single digit number. So that has been available for a while, and I did not see it. So that is helpful. This is also a 1, 2, actually, because it's the 1, 2 that's up here, and so there's no 1, 2 over here, in fact. So there is a 3 in here, because, again, these need to have a single-digit sum for purposes of this. That single-digit sum definitely is not 6 because of this 3, 4 business. So this is actually also not green. This is the other yellow-blue cage. So this is the cage that actually pairs with green. So we can mark its digits. They're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This has now got to be a 1 or a 2, even just by virtue of the missing business. There's got to be a 3 here, or it sums to too much. Does it 1, 3, 4 or 1, 3, 5? So now the 1, 2, and 6 are in here. Oh, right. There's no 6 in the outies, because if there was a 6 in here, that would be a problem, right? So there's certainly a 6 in here. I don't think that quite tells us everything, but right. The outies in this row sum to 9. We only get one cage that matches 9. So this can't also sum to 9. So this has got to be 1, 3, 4. And we get our first digit, I believe, followed quickly by our second and third digit. I will bring out Zach for the one dance. Boop boop ba doop. Wah! Boop boop ba doop. Wee! Boop boop ba doop. Whoa! Ba da ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba. Wah! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Okay, excellent. So yeah, so 8 and 9 are the other totals. So one of these cages is missing 8 and one of them is missing 9. Because there's the one that's missing 9, and here's the one that's missing 8. Let's see. Row 6, column 8, 9 are a 1-2 pair. Right, they are a 1-2 pair. Yeah, the 1-2 just ends up in here. Yeah, so there's a cage that sums to 3. So there's got to be another cage that sums to 3, and it can only possibly be this one, right? And in fact, we actually even know the order. And it's worth noting the 6 is in here, so these aren't 6 if we want the smallest possible deduction. So now these are 1-2 because we said we get a 1-2 in here. This puzzle does have a delightful sense of humor to it. So yeah, so now these are a 1-2 pair. Like that. And now this cage, its minimum sum, because it doesn't have a 1 or a 2 in it, its minimum sum is whatever, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 28 minus 3. Its minimum sum is 25, I think. Oh, this cage has a 1 in it by Sudoku. So it's probably a 1 with a 6, but who knows? I do know that there's an 8 or 9 missing from here, so we certainly know that these are from 6, 8, 9. Because the digit missing from yellow is 8 or 9. Oh, wow. Column 7's 2 is just placed. That's true. One of these over here is a 1. Right. These just are 3, 4, 5, 7 because we've already got the 8 or the 9 in this cage that we have, because one of 8 and 9 is missing from blue. So what Chad is saying is, so therefore these are the other digits, which just happen to be 3, 4, 5, and 7. Hello? Oh. Okay, so these are 1, 2, 6, 8, 9 of some sort. Column 7 wants a 1, and it goes there. Very good. There's 3 4s in these cells and 3 4s here, so we need to put 3 4s up here, and they can only actually go up here, which makes these not 3 4, which actually takes 5 and 7 out of all of these cells, which is strange but true. Yeah, this is... Oh, that 1 actually placed a 1 over here. So very good. So remember, this is minimum 25, which you cannot get with a 3-cell cage. So there's another minimum 25 cage somewhere. This can't be green, yellow, or blue. So we've got to match this with something, and the only place that we can also make a sum that's at least 25 is here. So these are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 7, 8, 9, which makes that a 4. Thank you. Which means 3 and 4 are in here. Okay, so that's a 3. That's a 4. Now my 3, 4 pair in this box are just here, and we actually know the order. This is the other 6, 8, 9 that's not a 6, so it's an 8 or a 9. These aren't 6 now because the 6 is down there. In fact, these aren't 8 or 9 either. These are just 5, 7. So this is not 5, 7 anymore. Okay, that's not a 4. Jay is asking where the other cage that sums to 7 is. It can't be this anymore because of that one, too. It can't be this anymore because this sums to a minimum of at least 9. So these have to pair off, making that a 6, which actually gives me the 2 and the 6 over there. Guarantees me one of these is a 6, and in fact, it's that one. Because we've got a 6 looking down this column, funnily enough. So now this... Oh, no, sorry, that's not quite true. 6 in box 1 is now here, which has made that a 6 by sudoku, of all things. None of those are 6, so now this is minimum 9. Oh, sorry, no, this is minimum... Oh, no, minimum 9 was right. Let's see, row 7 has a 6 that ends up there, Nicholas points out. So now that's a 6. Oh, that is a 1, 2 pair, so this is not 1 or 2. That's just 8 or 9. These can't be 1, 2, though, so this can't sum to 9, because 1, 2 would break that cell. These are 5 and 3, by the way, just, and in fact, I know the order. So this is not 3 or 5. So the 3 and the 5 are all in these cells. That has become a 7 and a 5 over there. It's not a 7. That's a 7, 8, 9 triple. So that's not the 8 or the 9. That's the 1 or the 2, D-Web points out. So this is minimum 1, 6, 8, which is 15. So I need this to sum to at least 15, but that doesn't seem like that's going to be a problem. 2 in row 3. So maybe just 2 in this box maybe is easier for my Zeta brain. So that makes that a 1, a 2, and a 1. Now that makes that a 2. So now we're at minimum 16. Oh, poor 1-2 cages. I didn't notice the 1-2 cages did not get a color. They could be purple. They can get the coolest color out of the Sudoku pet colors to make up for the fact that I ignored them forever. These two sort of last cages can they can have flesh color. 6 in row 5. Wow, yeah, 6 is ruled out of this cell, so the 6 in row 5 can only go there. Nice. So that 8-9 is that 8-9. If you're into that sort of, we could start doing some condiments on 8-9s if we really wanted to. I don't know that I really want to, but it might become necessary. We'll find out. 6 in row 6 is there. So this could be 2-8 or 1-9. But this is always an 8-9, just on the basis of the fact that we've got to have that have the same sum as these. Let's see. These are a 5-7 pair, which makes these an 8-9 pair, which makes this column. I don't know that I really want to do the column. That seems a little bit messy. Okay, we can condiment the 8-9s to resolve our flesh-colored friend, I believe, is what is being suggested. Let's see. That's the only spot for X in row 4, which gets us through all of these assorted things. We'll do row 5 pencil marks. Let's see. These can't be 1-2. They can be 3-4, not 5-6-7. They can be 8-9. That's not 3-4, so that's an 8 or a 9. These aren't 8-9, so it's a 3 or a 4. Oh, well, we've got an 8-9 pair in the row, so now that's a 3 or a 4. You can do that. So now that's the OE 8-9 just by Sudoku. Let's see. The X in box 2 is here. Yes, and so the whole point of this is that these two 8-9s are different. So I can't possibly make this 2-9. This has to be 2-8. So circly 8-9 is 8. And XE 8-9 is 9. What a cool puzzle idea and execution. I mean, maybe I should just say, what a cool execution of what I think is probably actually a terrible idea. But the execution here is top-notch. Okay, so now I've got a 7-8. Oh, right. This needs to be a 1. Just for the record. That gives me the 1 and the 2 over there. Okay, so we've got our 3, 4, 7. Let's see. Let's fill in our remaining things that need pencil marks. Mark, help! So 5, 7, 8 triple. So these aren't 5 or 7. Oops. So those are 3, 4. Yeah, these aren't 3, 4, of course. So 5, 7, 9. That gives me a 5, 7 pair in the column, which makes this a 3 or a 4 that's not a 4. So that's a 3, that's a 4, that's a 3. That places the 3 in this, which gives me a 4 and a 3. That gives me a 5, 7 pair in this column, which gives me a 9 and a 4. Gives me a 7 over there and a 5 over there. Let's see. That has made that a 5, 7, 5, 7, 5. No 5 over here. Oh, we should probably figure out which is yellow and which is blue. Okay, so yellow is missing... Yellow is not missing 9, so this cage isn't yellow, it's blue. And so this cage, therefore, is missing... Wait, did I say that right? I don't think I said that right. No, yeah, yellow is not... Wait. Oh, yeah. Blue is missing 9. Sorry, yeah, that was right. And so this is yellow. I said it right, even though it was confusing and it hurt my head. Let's mark the rest of the grid. So we've got a 4, a 3, and a 4. We've got an 8, a 7, and a 9. 5 and a 4. 8 and a 7. 7 and an 8. 5, 7, 5, 7, 3. What a neat puzzle. I can give that the much coveted Zeta heart. That was lovely. Absolutely crazy that this solves, and having solved it, I don't even find it terribly less crazy that this solves. But very very nice, and I mean very well telegraphed what you're supposed to look at. It's not a huge mystery. I think the step that I'm surprised it took us a while to sort of come around to is that, like, once these had a 6 in them, they certainly had to be 1, 2, 6. But very cool puzzle. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll do another puzzle. So see everyone in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everyone, where we have a Playmaker treat that looks delightful. Yeah, there's sort of many steps along the plumbing where it can cause problems. If we're dropping frames, that means that we can, in principle, yell at our internet service provider. I'm not sure it would do much, but we could, in principle, do that. But when I'm not dropping frames, it means something's going on the YouTube end. But Charlie says that the correct solution is not to just send someone to kick the servers. But I'm not 100% sure that that's not the correct solution. I think it might be. So we certainly have our arrows here that we can do these sorts of things with. Now, one thing I notice is that this digit needs to be at least 3, because even if these are 7, 8, 9, that still only works that. The interns, yeah, maybe the interns are a little too hesitant and they don't kick them hard enough. That might be the problem. Okay. That's true. That does mean that we can't put 6 in the other arrow cells. Now this 17 cage needs to have a 1 and a 2, and that's got to be the point of what we're supposed to be thinking about here, right? Because we know there's a 1 or 2 on this arrow. We know there's a 1 or 2 on this arrow. And now I think the point is these can't possibly be a 1-2 pair. Because if these are a 1-2 pair, it makes these a 1-2 pair and breaks the other arrow. So we have a like row versus column, count the 1-2 business sort of thing going on here, where well, first of all, there can't be the same 1-2 on either of these, because if the same 1-2 is on either of them, the world immediately breaks. Because then I can't put that digit in the 17 cage. So there's a different 1-2 on each of them. In particular, there's only one 1-2, which means these aren't 6 or 7, and this cell, which sees both of them, is not 1 or 2 itself. And so that means that the minimum these can sum to is actually now 1 plus 4. Excuse me. And if this is minimum 1 plus 4, then that means this is maximum 5, and ditto over there. So these aren't 6 either. Now, yeah, so now I kind of want to guess that this is going to have problems if it tries to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. But I'm not 100% sure about that. I guess now the point is, now that I have a 3, 4, 5 in here, I probably need a 9 up here, don't I? Is that true? Yes, it is exactly true that I need a 9 in these cells. Because without a 9, then we have that, which actually, funnily enough, places the 9 here in this box, and we can get a Zach 9 dance. Ba-boop-ba-doop. Woo! Ba-boop-ba-doop. Wah! Ba-boop-ba-doop. Wee! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. That doesn't quite force the 15 cage or anything yet, but it's worth thinking about. Is there definitely a 3 in this cage? There is, right? Yeah, there's definitely a 3 in this cage, although I don't know how interesting it is. Did I do this math wrong when I thought about this cell? No, I think it was okay somehow. I think I said something that was nonsense, but I think it was okay anyway. Yeah, I guess the question is, if I look at this this cage now. Oh, it needs a 9 completely regardless. Okay, sorry. Why is this showing up as a 3-cell 27 cage? For some reason, this is giving me... Oh, no, sorry, it's not showing up as a 3. It's showing up right. There's no 6 on the arrows because there's a 1, 2 in these cells and there's a 1, 2 in these cells. And the only way to get a 6 would be to put both a 1 and a 2. Yeah, it's saying there's 3 ways to make it. Okay, and whether this is a 3, 4, or 5 dictates what the other digits are completely. So no matter what this digit is, it forces this. And so the questions are these different 3, 4, 5s. And it's okay, I think, if they're both 3, annoyingly. Because the thing I know about 15 cages is that they're either exactly 4, 5, 6, or they contain one of each entropy. Oh, the problem is with 8. So these can't both contain an 8 is the problem. Because if both of these contain an 8, I've put an 8 in the 17 cage, which I'm just not allowed to do. So one of these doesn't contain an 8, which funnily enough actually tells me one of these digits is a 5, which is a weird thing to be true, but I'll corner mark it so that I can later use the deduction that this cell isn't a 5. So if one of these is a 5, that tells me that when I look at this, one of these is a 6, 7, 9. So this digit is not a 6, 7, or a 9. So it's not a 6, 7, or a 9 for sure. Because one of these is just straight up 6, 7, 9. Right. And so no 4 then. I don't understand the no 4 comment. There we go. Okay, I see it now. Yes. So the point is there is a 3 in this cage. And now the point is to use the fact that there is a 3 in this cage. DWeb saw this much earlier, but I didn't get it, but now I get it. Together with the fact that because these arrows each can only contain one of 1 and 2, they both contain a 3. Well, that 3 can't be here on both of them because that would break the 17 cage. So for one of them, it's here. So now these are, in fact, an actual 3-5 pair that is looking over here. And so this cell is now known to not be 3 or 5, which sounds very helpful. I'm not confident it is very helpful, but it could be. And so if those are 3, 5, then that means that one of these is 7, 8, 9, and one of them is the other one. One of them is 6, 7, 9. So that means that this is not 7, 8, or 9, or 6. So this is only from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now both of them have a 7 in them is the point. So it's not that. It's not that. Right? So they both have a 7. And so the 7 ends up in here, which means that the exact content of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So we can maybe get rid of our corner marks. I can just do that by pressing backspace while I'm here. Someone reminded me earlier. I know this isn't 1 or 2. I know it's not 3 because the 5 arrow definitely has a 3 on it. I know these aren't 7. Yeah, so the 5 arrow has a 3 with a 1. That one sums to 9 for sure. The question is, do I know that the other sums... Actually, I don't think I know if the other sums to 8 or sums to 9. It probably does one of those things. Oh, the other doesn't even have a 1. Right. So they both sum to 9. Right. That's a very elegant way to think about it, Jay. So yeah, one of them doesn't have a 1. That one sums to 9 as 2, 3, 4. The other has a 5 and sums to 9 as 1, 3, 5. So in fact, these are both 9. So in fact, we have a genuine corner mark that's not even cage related. Yeah, the 15 cage doesn't have a 7 or a 9. It's probably going to be 4, 5, 6, but who knows? Right. This cell, beautiful, sees the 4 on the 2, 3, 4 arrow, right? I don't know which of these is 2, 3, 4, but one of them's 2, 3, 4, and the 4 looks at that cell, so this digit's just a 7. That's very nice. That's like really close to having a quintuple. No 5 outside of green on the arrows. Right. Okay, I understand. It took me forever to parse that. I don't know why. It's not like you said it in a weird way, but my brain was just like, I'm not putting those words together. Right. So one of these is a 3 with a 2, 4, and the other is a 5 with a 1, 3. In no cases are these cells 5. And so that does actually mean we do get our quadruples. So these digits are in fact 5, 6, 8. Okay, so these sum to at least 11. So these 3 sum to at most 10. So they can't have any digits in them larger than 7. Okay, right. This can no longer be 4, 5, 6. So it now needs an 8, is the point. So remember, every 3-cell 15 cage is either exactly 4, 5, 6, which this one can't be, or it can't be because these would both be 8, or it's one of each high-lowity. The only highity available is 8. So there's definitely an 8 in here, and then 2 digits that sum to 7. So it's either 3, 4 or 2, 5 or 1, 6. But in particular, that means these digits are a 5, 6 pair. So there's no 5 or 6 in it. And so this has to be 3, 4, 8. So this digit is a 3, 4. And these are both 3, 4, 8. Okay. And so therefore these aren't 3, 4. So these aren't 1, 2. This is everything you would expect and hope for from a Playmaker puzzle. And now we've got like a similar sort of like projecting 8s being ruled out of all of these cells. Oh, and now just by the column, one of these is 8 and one of these is 8. So these aren't 8 and these aren't 8. We can mark. So now one of these 2 cells is 8, and therefore this cell is not 8. So we're really getting this down. This is going to really be helpful when we get there. This isn't a 9, negative 2, 7 cage either. That's probably worth mentioning. Uh, let's see. This cell sees my entire 21 cage, which I don't think, despite the way the corner marks look, I don't think I actually know that this contains an 8. Tragically. Oh, this one too goes here in this box. I don't know if we care about that, but I'm going to fill it in because this one too needs to go in this box, and this one too needs to go in this box. So it's going to go there. I could catch up those, but I'm not sure that that's what I'm doing with my life yet. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay. See, I see AFK's argument. That's very good. So AFK's argument is these can't both be 8 because that would be repeating digits in a killer cage. It's probably why this killer cage is here, in fact. So what we know is one of these is 8, so therefore this one isn't, which is very good. Okay, this cell sees a 3-4 pair and a 1-2 pair. That's actually very nice. Yes, so I actually should mark that this is the yellow 1-2, and this is the blue 1-2. Out of these cages or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. We'll just do it like that. And so, therefore, this digit is at least 5. And so if I sum the 3 of these, the minimum sum they can be is 18. As 5, 6, and 7. And therefore... these two digits are a 1, 2, and neither of them, in fact, is 8. They have to be 5, 6, 7. So there's no 8s of any sort, and in fact, this is just a 7. When I said 1, 2, 7 was sort of the best I could do. In fact, we're right. So that's an 8, and that's an 8. Let's see. This is not a 7. These now sum to at least 12. For whatever that's worth. I guess we can continue our Xing, Oing, etc. Oh yeah, the 8 is placed in box 5. Very good. Row 6, column 4 is also not 12. I agree. Oh, also not 1, 2. I see. Sorry. I thought we were talking about putting 12s in the 30 cage or the 25 cage or something. No, it's not 1, 2 because of that. I agree. Do I somehow know that this 1, 2 and this 5, 6 sum to 7? I bet I do. I bet is going to be the whole point. Because I'm betting that this X'd 1, 2 can't go there because it sums to 7 with that 5, 6. But I don't really want to think about it. I just want chat to tell me I'm right so I don't have to think about it. 30 cage with no 8 is tight. That is true. In fact, this 30 cage is obligated to be exactly 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So my marking that this wasn't 8 turned out to be very useful and important. And everyone who ever made fun of me was wrong. So this isn't 1, 2, or 4. So these are 3, 5. Oh, sorry, that one's also 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay, so this cell's not 3 anymore because the 3 and the 5 in the cage actually definitely both look at it. I mean, it must now be the case that this cell is the 1, 2, and this is a 5, 6. So, in fact, the thing I wanted to conclude was wrong. I guess, yeah, I don't have the 5, 6s marked, but I do know that these are a 5, 6 pair, so that's certainly not a 6. let's see. So, oh, it's an X. Sorry, I don't know why. Uh, O in column 6. We do have an O in column 6. Red circle in column 4. Yeah, red circle in column 4 goes here. That is true. So this is a 6 or a 7. Yeah, one of these two is circle, so therefore that one's circle. I agree with that. And so therefore that one's circle in this box. So one of these two over here is circle. I'm a little afraid of that, AFK. I don't really want to think about it, though. So I'm just filibustering until someone comes up with a way for me to not think about it. That's the only 1, 2 that exists in column 4. Yeah, we might be able to do a similar thing with our 5, 6s. Let's see. Oh, that one is O. So that one is X. Let's see. Could 5, 6 have a different color? Yes. 5, 6 can have a different color. Okay, we're just going to undo all the 5, 6s, so we're going to recolor them because I think I have screwed this up. Okay, so that one is going to be X, O. Apparently, I left this one as X. This one is O. This one is X. I don't know if I have any others. Okay. How many 5, 6s is this 25 likely to have? It could have none. It doesn't have. This one does not have XE 5, 6 in it. It would be very helpful if I knew that it didn't have OE 5, 6 in it, because then I would know what it was. Ooh, column 1's red circle is only here. Somehow true. Red X in box 1 is there. Agree. One of these two is red X. Row 9's red X. It's not there, not there. So it's over here somewhere and only there. Agree. Row 8's red X is only here now. So neither of these are 1 or 2. So there's certainly... okay. Oh, it can be there. Never mind. Sorry. Have I cheated on that before? I might have actually cheated on that before. Uh, there needs to be a 1, 2 in here. And so it's either circle here or X here. I don't think I know which one. Uh, uh, row 5. Ah, yes. Okay, so if this is I feel like there's something going on with the fact that these things sum to 7, but I can't quite see it. Yes, there is, right. If this was 6, it would be the OE56, but the OE56 sums to 7 with the OE12. And that's owing to the fact that this is XE. So this would have to be OE if it were a 6. So it can't be, so it's got to be a 7, which makes OE121, makes XE122, which seems to make XE565, and seems to make OE566. And then we've got to clean up a bunch of arrows and nonsense like that, but we'll get there. Okay, so there's a 2, there's a 2, there's a 2. This is my 2, 3, 4 arrow now. So that's a 3 by the column. That's a 4. This is my 1, 3, 5 arrow now. 2, 4, 1, 3. 5 goes with 6, 7, 9, so there's no 8 up here. Oops, no 8. And 3 goes with 7, 8, 9, so there's no 6 over here. And that 7, 9 means that's the 8. That means that's the 8 up there. This is now a naked single something. It's a 5. This is the other 3, 4 for the row, but it's not a 3, so it's a 4, and that's a 3, and that's a 4. Let's see. These are a pair. No, they're not. Don't listen to me. These aren't a pair either, but I'm going to fill them in anyway. Let's see. They're not 3. One of them is 8, apparently. Let's see. Those aren't 5 anymore. These aren't 7 anymore. That one's not 3. Right. We know what this is. It's 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So 7 in box 2 is there by Sudoku, which unravels all of that. Very nice. No 6s over there. Okay, so now this is a pair of 3 and 6. Sure, why not? 7 in box 9 is here. Right, I should probably fill these in. So that is a 4, a 5, and a 6. Running down over there. Let's see. What about this row? And so that's a 4. And this column, that's a 7 for the column. Let's go ahead and look at that and cry. Yeah, lots of tears about that. I'm not going to figure that out. Okay, I think I know this isn't a 6 because this cage has a 6 in it and it's not there. So this is not a 6. If this is a 9, that's a 9. Who knows? One of these is a 1 for whatever that's worth. 5 in column 6, you say? 5 in box 5 is being claimed. So you're using the fact that one of these is 5 that I had not appreciated because of the 5 getting rolled out of all of these. So therefore, that's a 5. There's a quad in column 3. There is indeed. So these are not 1, 3, 7, or 9, no matter what they try to tell you. So that makes that an 8 and that a 4, which seems to unravel this. Seems to de-6ify these cells. Now the only 6able cells are these. Okay. Sure. Okay, so this cage has got to somehow be becoming interesting. Is there a digit we know is not in it? I don't think I know there's not a 7 in it. Seems like it could have a 1. Seems like it could have a 2, a 3, a 4. It can't have a 5. Looks like it could have a 6, a 7. And looks like it could have a 9. So yeah, this is still a little bit open. Now we know it has a 1, so we might as well fill in said 1. Okay, now this cage has a 7-9 pair in it, which is quite useful because it means those aren't 9, and that's not 7 or 9. Gives me a 3, 5, 6, whatever you call those thingies, triple. Okay, and now it has no 2. And now it has no 7. So this has got to be 3, 4, 9, which means no 6 either. That's a 3, 4. Oops. Sorry, no 6 either, right? So that's a 4, a 3, and a 9. So we can fill in a bunch of this stuff. 7, 5, 9, 6, 3, and 9. Wonderful puzzle. I quite enjoyed that. That was very nice from the beginning all the way throughout. Big fan of that construction. Alrighty, let me take a quick stretch and come back and try and do a 6x6. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back. We have a Calvin ball 6x6 here, which has ambiguous thermos and a single little killer clue. So it's going to be interesting. So if we've got to go strictly, then we're going to have to do one of these things. And we're probably going to want a yellow-purple to distinguish the high and the low. So yeah, yellow one, I guess not quite. I was trying to do like yellow 1-6 in here. Yeah, these can't be 3-4. So this is always 2-5, I guess, is the point. Because it's neither 3 nor 4 nor 1 nor 6. So that gives, so it's a purple 2-4 actually. Right. Purple 2-5. We have to go more extreme from purple 2-5. And so one direction we have to go in the purple direction. And the other direction we have to go in the yellow direction. But if we go in the purple direction here, we're out of stuff because the only thing in the purple direction is a purple 1-6. So that's a purple 1-6. These are all yellow of assorted types. In fact, this is a naked yellow 2-5, funnily enough. This cell is definitely yellow, regardless of what it is. That's a good point. The yellow 1-6 is here just by sudoku. So this is the yellow, or sorry, so this is the purple 3-4. Right. This digit just is a 3-4 because it's not a 2-5 or a 1-6 owing to its positioning along the thermo. I keep looking at the fact that this cell isn't 1-6, but I don't know that it's very close to telling me something, but I don't think it's quite telling me something. This is also 3-4 because it sees the 2-5 pair. Very nice. So yeah, so this end now, right, that's very slick. This end now has to be a 2-5 because it's not a 1-6, and I can't put 2-3-4s along the thermo that aren't touching. So this is always a 2-5 of some sort. And so the only thing that can go between a 2-5 and a 3-4 is a 3-4, right? And so now so we've got our double 3-4, and now this is either a 2-5 or a 1-6. I don't think I know which one it is. Oh, I do. It's purple 1-6 because this column needs a purple 1-6, and this is the only place it can go. Very smart from chat. That was Todd that I saw that from. So this would better be purple 3-4, yellow 3-4, yellow 2-5, which makes all of these purple. This is a yellow 1-6 just because it sees the other yellow digits. So this is a purple this is a yellow 3-4. Let's see. This is a yellow 2-5. So this is a purple 3-4 just by asking where purple 3-4 goes. So that's yellow. So now this is a yellow 3-4 because the purple 3-4 was over there. now this is a yellow 2-5 by Sudoku. This is purple by counting. This is 1-6. This is 3-4. This is 1-6. This is yellow 1-6 by Sudoku. 1 yellow 1-6s. So these are purple. Meaning that this is yellow 2-5, yellow 3. Sorry, purple 2-5, purple 3-4, purple 1-6. This cell is yellow and it's yellow 3-4. This cell is purple, and we know what it is. It's purple 2-5. This is purple 3-4, purple 2-5. Let's see. Yellow 1-6 is here within this box. So this is purple 1-6, meaning that this is the last yellow. It's a yellow 2-5, and this is the last purple. It's a purple 2-5. And so now we just have to decide which of these works for this diagonal. So 5 and 6 and 1, 2, and 3 looks like it works. 5 and 6 and 4 and 1 and 2 looks like it does not work. So purple is low. And we can go from there. So there we go. There's 1s, 2s, 3s, a 2 that I missed. Haha! We'll hit the send button to fill in all the remaining digits. Woohoo! Very nice puzzle. I like that one a lot, Calvin Ball. That was very cool. I don't think I've ever quite seen one of these like coloring puzzles that was an ambiguous thermo one before. My favorite step was noting this had to be 3-4 and that had to be 2-5 because you couldn't do that. That bit with the 3-4s there was my favorite. Oh, you knew the 17 sum was 1 + 6 + 2 + 5 and then a 3 or a 4. That's a cute way to do it, rather than doing the sort of bashy way that I did it. Alrighty, though. I am going to wrap up stream there for today. So a huge thank you to everyone for hanging out today. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle we made at the beginning, which I think came out quite nicely. It will be probably in testing and then probably on LMD, and hopefully Tristan will do it on Thursday or something. So anyway, if you missed that, you can look forward to seeing it soon. I still think the grid is pretty. Hopefully you also think the grid is pretty. And then we solved a variety of things that actually are all quite memorable. All 4 puzzles that we solved, I think, are all quite great. So do please like the stream if you have not yet already liked the stream. It does help. And I'll see everyone real soon. Last but not least, thank you to the Turbines. Daniel, David, Franco, Nell, Nordy, and Plunktime and ELSF. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Uh-oh.